to another episode of Legion Elite Motorsports. I am your host, Isaiah, and today what we're going to do is we're going to check out a new tool. Now, it's not sponsored or anything like that, but I think tools like this actually make a lot of different things easier, especially when you're searching for wheels. So again, not sponsored, but better the tools, the easier to process. So let's see what we got and let's see what it can do. Hey, so I actually picked up this product. Right there, you get the info. And basically, I wanted to talk to you guys about this. I think it's pretty cool. And hopefully from this video, you can choose whether this product is right for you or not. So if you look here, we have wheel diameter. So for sake of the video, we're gonna do 17s. We're gonna do the Starion. So we're gonna see 17s. Then you can put what size the wheel is in width. And then on the other side, you can choose the offset from here. So this indicator here indicates exactly where the rim should be, thus giving the shape. Okay, so so let's try this sucker out. All right, so first thing we're gonna do for setup is set it to the rim size we want to go with. For the Starion, it's factory 16s, but I have currently 17s on the car now. So I need to see what diameter or what offset, not diameter, I need to fit the fenders to the wheel well. So this tool is gonna show me how to get that done, and we get to choose how wide we want the wheel in the front. Okay, so let's get the car up in the air and see what's what. Okay, so these are the current setups on the car currently. From what I understand, these are 9.5 wide in the front and 11 in the rear, but we're gonna see exactly what equates to that. So, yeah, let's see. Okay, so this piece down here is universal 4-lug and 5-lug. I'm sure if the demand for 6-lug or better becomes that high, I'm sure, he'll do something like that. But it's ABS plastic, and works out pretty good. So let's see what we're working with. Okay, so this is what setup we have here. Now this will not apply as far as offset numbers for stock front spindle setups. This is actually a S14 setup with coilovers and 300ZX caliper with 300ZX brake disc. So it's a lot different, but not too far off. So, ooh, that's oily. We'll get to that in a bit, but yeah, so we're gonna slide this on here and we're going to use the stock, well, not stock lug nuts, but lug nuts that I have to hold it in position and take it from there. So again, she's in place with 2 lugs. Doesn't have to be tight. Remember, this thing is plastic, so you don't want to over tighten it. But something you do want to do is you want to get like a piece of block of wood or something like that and put the jack up under the lower control arm to replicate the car, being on its weight. So this will actually sit wherever you have your suspension adjusted, if you have adjustable suspension. So I'm just going to show you guys where it sits, currently. So we're going to say we have 17-inch wheels by 8. Let me double check that. Let me make sure it's on 8. Yep, it's on 8. And we have 0 offset. So that would stick out nowhere. You wouldn't see it. So that would still be in. So let's see what we can do. So if we adjust that, loosen it just a little, loosen that just a little, and then loosen our offset just a little. All right, so let's say we have a 9-inch wheel. I think I passed it. Hold on. There we go. So that's 9, and then we have 9.5, stuff like that. Okay. So a 9 at 0 offset would stick out right at the fender, but let's say we have, just tighten it up just a little, nothing too crazy. So let's say we have a 9-inch wheel and we have, let's see, all right. So that's positive 10. So positive offset, you can't see it. So positive goes this way, negative goes towards you where you're standing. So that's always important. So positive 10 goes in. Let's say you have positive, let's say 20. Let's see what that looks like. Alrighty. Alright, so let's say wow, the rim would be non-existent. So again, it's very important to know your offset. So I'd say we're at 9 inches currently, so 9 by 10 would probably be easier to find. Okay, and as you can see, that doesn't stick out at all. But a better offset would be 0 right there. You get a little bit of poke, just the slightest bit. So that's a 9-inch wheel. So imagine if you go 10-inch, this moves further this way, which further puts the wheel out, and then you could run a negative offset, which is pushing this piece back that way, or excuse me, positive offset, so this goes that way, and then, there's infinite possibilities, but it's pretty interesting. So this is the front. So let's check out the back. The front is usually the easiest to do because it's not too far off from a common wheel. But the offset in the rear is completely different. So that is very important. So yeah, let's take a look at that. Okay, so let's check out the settings. All right, we're plus 20. Width is at 7. So let's see what that looks like. You wouldn't even see the wheel for a long time. It's so far in there. So factory offsets for the rear is plus 15 for 16 by 8, and for SHP it is 16 by 9, offset 0. Okay, just to give you an idea of what this offset thing is all about, here we have a plus 40, 17 by 7, and let's see how it fits. Okay, so this is positive 40. It looks terrible from every angle you put it at. Okay. Just to give you an idea of how horrible that looks. Okay. And then we're gonna put on a SHP 16 by 9. Just the rim, just so you can see what it looks like. All right. And remember, the offset on this one is 0 that we're about to put on. Okay, so this is plus 40, about to put on that 0. All right, here's a 16 by 9, 0 offset. That's better, but it's still kind of in there a little bit. Definitely better though. You can see how she sits. Excuse the fan in the background, it's still crazy hot. Alright, so we can see there. Alrighty. So, I'm gonna throw up some pictures of the non-SHP and SHP rears so you can see the difference. And then I'm gonna put on this bad boy, which doesn't have a problem with filling up that wheel gap. So, yeah, we'll take a look at all of these wheels, and they should be coming up right over here. All right, so take a look at those. Tell me what you think. With stock wheels, I believe you could run safely about, I want to say a good 1-inch spacer, maybe a 1.25 inches to get it at the fender, more or less. You know, of course, if you're into that thing. If not, then stock will work just fine. But about 1.25 inches or so should do it. I'm gonna take measurements to see what spacer I'll need to get this rim to the proper location and kind of take it from there. But yeah, so we'll start with the 16 by 9, 0 offset on the dial, and then I will see how much more offset I need to add to get this wheel to the fender. Okay, so I threw in some crazy numbers to see what this equates, and let me show you what I have. So I have negative 20 offset by 11 on a 17, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so you can see how much it sticks out there. So now, let me see if I'm right with that one. So again, let's say one more time. We have 17 by 11, offset negative 20. Let's see if it matches that lip diameter. Wow, I think I was right. Yeah, that makes sense. And of course, this is not at ride height, so yeah, pretty impressive how accurate that tool is. All right. And with that being said, we're gonna call it an episode right there. So definitely remember, guys, knowledge is power. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put a link in the description that basically has the website, you know, if you're interested in tools like that. But until then, I will see you guys next episode.